Hi, I'm Brina, one of the co-founders here at Quin, and in this video I want to cover two things. One, how to add team members to your account, and two, how to implement this new feature called Delegate Access, which is great for anyone who works with an assistant or has someone who is managing their account on their behalf. So these two features look a little different, so I'm going to walk you through each one separately. Let's start with the team members. So in order to access that, you'll want to go first to my profile. So anytime if you're emailing us and we say go to your account, this is what we mean, this top avatar here on your right-hand side. It might have your initials if you don't have a photo. But if you're adding a team member, you'll go down here to my team members. And if you work with colleagues who also need their own Quin accounts, if you're working at part of a firm or an office, this is where you'll bring them in. So you'll add each person here. They'll get their own individual setup, their own workflows, their own settings. So even if you're the admin on the account and you've integrated your CRM and your entire team has access to that CRM, that is going to operate differently than if each of those people integrate their email and calendar, for example. They're not going to be accessing your calendar. They will need to integrate their own. So everyone sort of operates more individually, with the exception of something like a CRM, where they don't really need their individual access. In most cases, the central sort of admin access functions enough because it gives Quin all of that data, who's assigned to different clients, and so on. So this is just a great way to make sure that you guys are all on the same account for billing purposes, but they actually have their own quote unquote Quin assistant and their own experience. So that's just something good to remember. Inviting a team member is pretty straightforward. You'll just click invite a team member. You can add multiple folks, add multiple email addresses separated by commas here, send an invite, and they'll be able to join you. The great thing about this as well is if you've already selected a plan, you know that all of our plan levels include unlimited users. So if you have a certain credit limit for your entire team and maybe a couple team members don't use Quin as often as others, then you can kind of share that bucket of credit. So this is a great way to just make the most out of your Quin experience, no matter how many people you add to your Quin account. So once you send that invite, they'll get an email with instructions to join. As soon as they accept, they'll show up in your team list, and their access is active based on the role that you've assigned them. So to change someone's role after the fact, you just click drop down and you can select which one makes sense for you. If ever you need to remove someone, you can click the trash icon. So everything here is pretty straightforward. But if you, again, have any questions, just reach out to us. So now I want to show you the delegate access. That is actually in a different location of your account. So you'll go to my profile. And this is a different concept. It lives here because the scenario is a bit different. So maybe you have an assistant who helps manage your calendar. Perhaps they're part of your team or otherwise, and you want to make sure they have different access than other team members. So, for example, you might also have a business partner who needs to be able to jump in and handle things in your account when you're unavailable. Delegate access lets you give another person the ability to use Quin as you. So just as I said before, everyone has their own individual experience. We ended up finding that a lot of assistants or, office managers needed access to executive accounts. And so instead of, having to share login information or make that really confusing, we just allow delegate access here. So you can go ahead and click the add delegate. Similar process, you can add their email. And then here is where you kind of want to decide the access level. So Quin mode means the delegate can use Quin as you. They can chat with Quin, attend meetings on your behalf, see your notes, but they cannot change any of your settings. Full access, on the other hand, means that they can also edit your guidelines or your workflows and account settings. So think of Quin mode as operational access and full access as like admin access. So fully allowing them to control your account. Once you save that, the person will see a new option in their account menu. And when they click their profile picture in the top right, they'll be able to actually see an account switcher. So it'll show your account along with theirs. So it'll be added here where you'll see another person's profile that you can click into, and it'll have a notification at the top that says you're logged in as so and so. They can easily toggle that on and off, or they can switch back and forth from their account setting here. So to recap, team members are for colleagues who each need their own Quin account and their own setup. Delegate access, which can be found under my profile, and you scroll down. This is for someone who needs access and needs to work inside your account on your behalf. So there are different tools for different situations, but hopefully now you know how to find them both. And if you're having trouble or just have additional questions, feel free to reach out to us at help@heyquin.io, and we'd be happy to help. Hope you have a good day.